Good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Notre Dame Green Pond High School for tonight's Colonial League Showdown. Second round playoff matchup between the number 4 seed Palmerton Blue Bombers and the number 1 seeded Notre Dame Green Pond Crusaders. Something just fell over in the stands, but it was not our stuff. Tyler Kish alongside Charlie Carbonetto tonight. Charlie, this should be a heck of a matchup. If we had any game like the girls' game just was a second ago, Palmerton had a 2-point win. This should be a good one.
Yeah, a bit of a shocker. A bit of a shocker in that girls' game as number 1 seed Notre Dame fell to Palmerton. The boys are hoping for a different fate tonight, but we're in the Colonial League semifinals. We got 2 teams that are playing as good as basketball as they played all year. Palmerton's coming in on a 10-game win streak. Notre Dame has only lost 2 games this year, so we are really in for a really good ball game.
Yeah, it should be a good ball game. Like you said, Notre Dame has won 12 out of their last 13 games, and Palmerton winners of 10 straight. More importantly, Charlie, Palmerton undefeated on the road this season. And looking at their road to get here, they played Salisbury in their last game. It was a low-scoring affair. Palmerton got the win at home, 49-42. They were led by Cody Kratzer, 21 points, 7 of 10 at the line. He had 7 field goals. This team is going to go as far as they want to go in this tournament with Cody Kratzer at the helm. He has to play his best basketball tonight, though.
Yeah, what we're going to have tonight is really a contrast of styles. This Palmerton team is very physical. They're going to want to slow the game down. They hold opponents to only 47 points a game. And when you look at the other side of the court, Notre Dame, they get into 80 on most nights. They're averaging just over 76 points a game. So Palmerton is going to have a tough task ahead of them to try to slow this game down. But the roadmap to a victory was one that they did last night, was holding Salisbury to 42 points, slowing that game down, playing physical. We're able to come out with a win.
Now, Pat Boyle says this is the gym with the softest rims in the valley, and his team loves to play a fast-paced tempo. They score and they run the floor at a blistering pace. Like you said, they're in the 80s a lot this season. They've also given up 80 points as well. But with Notre Dame, they always say defense wins championships. In this case, their best defense is their offense. They can just outscore pretty much everyone in this league. They've, like I said, 3 or 4 games where they've given up 80 points and they still won. The only time they lost when they gave up 80, the season opener against one of the top 2A teams in the state, Executive Education. Other than that, they have won 12 out of 13 with the exception of the loss to Northwestern. Notre Dame last night, they put up 80, gave up 72 to Palisades. Now, earlier in the season, they beat them by 20+. Palisades kept it close last night, but Brendan Boyle, a heck of a performance, 27 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, 14 of 16 at the line, a triple-double for the Colonial League MVP.
Yeah, this kid is one of the best scorers that we've seen in the Lehigh Valley in the past 10 years. You know, he can shoot off the dribble. He's very good at getting to the bucket. He's a great spot-up shooter from deep. And this kid has range. I mean, he's pulling up off the dribble from 25 feet out. He doesn't give the defenses a lot of chances to get the ball out of his hands. But also, as you mentioned, he's a facilitator. He has those 11 assists last night. He has the 11 boards. He affects the game in more ways than one. And I talked to Coach Pat Boyle pregame, and he mentioned that this was going to be a war tonight. He said they're playing Palmerton, and they're very physical. They didn't get a chance to see each other in the regular season. And he said that since Palmerton was pretty physical, he's not sure that his team's going to be ready for the physicality of their defense. But hoping tonight that what you talked about, their running gun style, their three-point ability, is going to be able to carry them over the edge.
Yeah, just about 15 minutes before we get set, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back after this.
Whatever stage of life and career you find yourself in, Valor Wealth Management will see the whole picture and help you make choices to benefit your tomorrow. Located in downtown Easton, Valor Wealth Management consists of a team of advisors with experience in estate and income planning, executive benefits, business succession planning, life insurance, and other wealth management tools necessary for their clients' success. Visit us at valoradvisor.com or give us a call at 610-295-5593. A big thanks goes out to President Mike McGuire and his staff for their continued support of the Eastern Pennsylvania Sports Network.
Albemarle Electric in Bethlehem is a full-service, single-source electrical contracting company. We believe in relationships first with our employees, community, and you, our valued customer. Since 1937, Albemarle Electric continues to prove itself as a leader in innovative commercial, industrial, educational, and healthcare electrical construction solutions, one satisfied customer at a time. Whether you're a small business or a large corporation, Albemarle Electric has the expertise to complete your project on time and on budget. Visit albemarle.com or call 610-691-8606. Albemarle is a proud sponsor of Notre Dame Athletics.
Want to say goodbye to all your pest problems for about $1 a day? Give Envirotech Pest Control in Emmaus a call. Envirotech, part of the Reichenbach family, offers year-round service for about half the price of the big national companies. Envirotech treats all residential commercial pests, including mice, ants, termites, roaches, along with bed bugs and mosquitoes. Your family's comfort, safety, and health are our top priorities. Call Envirotech in Emmaus for a free estimate at 610-928-1557 or visit the website at envirotechpestlv.com.
Back here at Notre Dame Green Pond High School, and we're about 12 minutes set to go, 12 minutes, and then we're going to be set to go for this Colonial League showdown. We were mentioning how well Notre Dame scores. Brendan Boyle's getting his 15 to 20 a night regardless. In his last 37 games, he's been in double figures 36 times. Charlie, he leads the Lehigh Valley area in scoring. That's over 30 schools. He went from 12th to 5th on his school's all-time scoring list in a little over a month. He now needs 544 points to surpass the late Jeff Daly, and he's closing down on 4th place on the list. Just needs 58 to pass Ryan Brennan for 4th. Who knows? He could drop 58 tonight. His career high is 40. I know that's a bit of a stretch, but this kid will pull up from anywhere in the gym, and he is confident in his ability. Triple-double last night, almost 30 points. What are they going to have to do to stop him?
Yeah, I'm curious to see what kind of defense Palmerton will throw at Brendan Boyle because, as you mentioned, it's not just a one-person attack. They also have Logan Ricker, a second-team All-Colonial League player, who's averaging over 17 a game. So I'm curious to see how they try to get the ball out of Brendan Boyle's hands because I think if they try to slow down two of them, that's really an impossible task and you're fighting an uphill battle. But I think if you're able to shut down one and limit the scoring ability of just one of those awesome scorers, you'll have a chance to stay in this game. So I'll be curious as Coach Termini comes out and blitz ball screens that Notre Dame, we know they like to do, and then just try to get the ball out of Boyle's hands so he can't facilitate the offense as well as he typically does. Yeah, and if those two weren't enough for you, Sean Hallett was a Colonial League honorable mention, over 10 points per game. And then you have the big guy down low, Nakai Carew, who comes off the bench, and in his last couple games, in fact, his last 5, he's over his season average of 8.2. He's averaged in double figures per game. His career high last time out, 17 points, 8 field goals, cleans up really well on the offensive glass. This is a well-oiled machine, and they're looking to take on the winner of Bangor and Northwestern. That game will be going on simultaneously. Notre Dame cannot look too far ahead. I know they want that rematch so badly with Northwestern, but if you look on paper, Bangor had their way with Northwestern twice. They're probably going to face a Bangor team they beat earlier this season. But again, they cannot look too far ahead tonight. They're going to have their hands full, though, with Cody Kratzer. I mean, in the last time these two teams met, they did not play in the regular season this year. Last year, the rosters were different. Palmerton had an impressive 21-point win. Kratzer and Stuck combined for 40. They only held Boyle to 17, and I know 17 is like they only held him to 17, but when you look at his scoring average, he's been in the 20s or 30s all season long the last couple of years. And Cody Kratzer and company certainly have what it takes to beat this team again. Yeah, well, Notre Dame will learn a lesson from their girls team that you can't overlook any opponent from Palmerton. What I'm looking for tonight from Palmerton is somebody else to step up into that scoring margin. Kratzer is going to get his, but we're just not sure if it's going to be enough against such a potent offense from Notre Dame. One player I'm looking at is Austin White. He's hit 14 threes this year, so we know he has the ability to score it from beyond the arc. The three-point ball is going to be a huge X factor in this game. Palmerton only hits about 3 per game as opposed to Notre Dame, who scores 8. So if there's a 15 to 18 point swing just from the three-point ball, that's going to be an uphill climb for Palmerton to make those points up. Yeah, you said it perfectly. They average 3 a game, only 48 on the season in 16 games. Notre Dame averages about 8.2, like you said, but they can, like you said, drop 8.2 in the first half.
and they could end a game with near 23-pointers. That's just how good they shoot this basketball. Fact for you here, Notre Dame continues the streak. Joe DiMaggio had a 56-game hitting streak. Notre Dame has scored in double figures in all 56 quarters they've played in this season. And like I said, it starts with Brendan Boyle, Pat Boyle's son, and he's had a heck of a career so far. And what's scary is he's got another year left, a triple-double yesterday. And it'll be a matter of time. On paper, Notre Dame averaging close to 77. Palmerton averages 51, so if they're playing that track meet constant back and forth, I just don't see how Palmerton hangs with this team.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a struggle. Notre Dame has been the best team in the Colonial League all year, and I think when they really put the Lehigh Valley on notice was on January 25th. They beat Allen at Allen High School. They put up 88 points. They allowed 85, one of the more high-scoring high school basketball games we've seen in this area. And they prove they're not just, sometimes the Colonial League gets looked at as the little brother of the East Penn Conference, but Notre Dame proved that they're just as good as anybody in the Lehigh Valley. So Palmerton has a tough task tonight to slow them down. It'll be important these first 8 minutes that Palmerton doesn't get into a game of playing catch up with them, of trying to do that, of trying to run with them. They have to slow this down from the jump, set the tone physically, make it really tough for Boyle and Rickert to get going, use all of the fouls that they have to slow this game down. And I think if they're able to do that, we should be in for a pretty good one. I mentioned before, Coach Boyle said this is going to be a war. So he's certainly not overlooking Ken Termini's squad. And I think if Palmerton is able to do the things I just talked about, we might be in for a pretty close game.
You're right about that. I know no one wants to see stall ball, but that's a tactic that could work if you're Palmerton. I mean, you said slow it down as much as possible. I know no one wants to see stall ball, but no shot clock in the PIAA, which is hopefully something that'll change down the road, but they could hold the ball as long as they want. And I wouldn't be surprised if they took 40, 45 seconds running their sets and getting the best look possible against Notre Dame. I know Notre Dame a little suspect defensively at times, but they use their offense to make up for their defensive lapses.
Yeah, definitely. When you're scoring 80 points a game, it's tough to look at the box score and say, man, I wish we played better defense tonight, especially in a 32-minute ball game. But if Palmerton should be able to slow this game down, like we talked about, the stall ball. I think what describes these teams perfectly is Notre Dame's trying to get to 75 points. Palmerton's just trying to get to 50. So it's really going to be about which style comes out tonight. And I know everybody always says good defense will overcome good offense, but I just think the way basketball is going with the three-point shot, the talent of these kids, the ability to score the basketball, it'll be offense we see that overcomes the good defense of Palmerton tonight.
Yeah, and we're only minutes away, about 5 minutes. We'll take another quick pregame break. We'll have more for you here on the Eastern Pennsylvania Sports Network.
Located on Route 309 across the northwestern Lehigh High School, Old Homestead Golf Club is an award-winning 18-hole golf course. The 4.5-star daily feed course, nestled in the foothills of the Blue Mountains, Old Homestead is one of the first courses in the Lehigh Valley to offer state-of-the-art GPS capabilities. Whether it's golf or team banquets, fundraising events, or weddings, Old Homestead specializes in working with their customers to provide everything you need for a great experience. For more information, visit oldhomesteadgolf.com. or call 610-298-4563.
4-5 is located at 1301 Chestnut Street in Mass, formerly A&H Sporting Goods in Allentown. It offers custom items for your business, sports team, fanwear, and beyond. Stop in or check out our website at 45.store. That's the number 4, FIVE.store. Or call 484-640-2204.
Edge One Property Services in Notre has invested and made the proper connections to service all your property maintenance needs. Edge One is capable of servicing a variety of maintenance issues. They invest in their team to equip them with the proper knowledge and safety requirements to address any of your concerns. They treat each project as if it was our own. The Edge One team is committed to provide quality workmanship followed up with effective communication. For more information, call 484-247-4240 or visit edgeoneservices.com.
Back here at Notre Dame Green Pond High School, starting lineups, we have them for you, and we'll get them to you before they're announced. We'll start with the visitors, Palmerton. Obviously, Cody Kratzer's in the lineup, along with Kyle Sebelin, Tyler Stuck, Owen Buck, and the freshman Matthew Mahalik, who's had a nice season so far, 100 points in his freshman campaign, averaging 6 per game. And he's averaged 13 points in his last 2 games, so maybe he can be someone they get going early on.
Yeah, definitely. An underrated part of this Palmerton team is their experience. Cody Kratzer, obviously, their 1,000-point scorer, is a senior. Tyler Stuck, also a senior, who averages just over 5 points a game. And Owen Buck, who's their 3rd senior, he also averages over 8 points a game. And then you have Austin White coming off the bench, as we mentioned, hit 14 threes. So I don't think this moment is going to be too big for them. They're a confident group. They know what they do well. They all know their roles, and that's so important when you think you're outmatched talent-wise in a game. It's these seniors that are going to be so important in staying confident, knowing their roles, and try to deliver this upset bid tonight.
And Notre Dame's starting lineup, the usual suspects: Brendan Boyle, Logan Rickard, Sean Howlett, Zach Rogers, and Joe Galley. Joe Galley on senior day, 20 points, 5 3-pointers, Charlie. Last night he had 0 points. His team still had 80 points, to put things in perspective. Galley can catch fire from anywhere at any time. Pat Boyle described him as a streaky shooter, 6.4 points per game. He had 136 last year, and he could be someone Brendan Boyle will find trying to dish it off if the double team comes when he drives down the lane. Galley can, like I said, spot up from anywhere around the perimeter. Something to keep an eye out for.
A big thing about this Notre Dame team, which is pretty crazy considering their success, is nobody in the starting lineup is over 6 foot tall, especially considering Boyle and Rickard are both 5'10 and 5'11 respectively. So they use their speed and their shooting ability to win all these games. Be curious to see if Palmerton can take advantage of that height down low. Unfortunately, Palmerton doesn't have too many big guys of their own. Austin White, their tallest player, at 6'2". But again, Notre Dame's height may leave them susceptible to offensive rebounds, and especially important for Palmerton, you have to control the defensive glass. You cannot give Brendan Boyle and this Notre Dame offense too many extra possessions if you want to stay in this game.
About a minute left till we get started here at Notre Dame Green Pond. And another thing to look at, the foul shooting for both teams. Notre Dame just under 77% as a team and 267 trips to the line. Palmerton's had almost the same amount of trips to the line, but they only convert at an under 60% clip, just under 60%. So that'll be another thing to watch for. Can Palmerton knock down their foul shots? And we're getting set to go here. They're about to announce the starting lineup, so we'll give them to you one more time. Palmerton will roll with Cody Kratzer, Kyle Sebelin, Tyler Stuck, Owen Buck, and Matthew Mahalik. And the Notre Dame Green Pond Crusaders will roll with Brendan Boyle, Logan Rickard, Sean Howlett, Zach Rogers, and Joe Galley. We will pause and rise for the national anthem. getting set to go. Again, they're announcing the starting lineups after the national anthems here.
For the lack of crowds all season, but we have the Notre Dame cheerleaders here. We have the Palmerton girls who just pulled off the upset, cheering on their team. We have the Notre Dame girls on the opposite side, cheering on their team. So it really does. We have the feeling of the playoff atmosphere in here. There's palpable noise, so I'm pretty excited to get this one going. This is a great place to watch a game. I've been here a few times this year. I'm very excited to see this Notre Dame offense in person.
I think these Colonial League playoffs, I've said it all along, it's going to be anyone's. It could be anyone's to win. The final 4 seeds are in the semifinals, and it's only time will tell who will face the winner of Northwestern and Bangor.
Yeah, absolutely. And Notre Dame, they've played so well all year. I'm sure they're going to be just as motivated to finish off this game and get for a chance to get to the championship.
It'll be the 5'11" Logan Rickard to tip it off in the circle for Notre Dame, and our view is currently blocked. In the circle for Palmerton will be Owen Buck. Possession controlled by Palmerton, but for a split second as Sebelin was on the sideline when he controlled the tip. So Notre Dame will get an early break 3 seconds into this one. They'll have the basketball. Boyle takes the inbounds at half court. 7:56 left first quarter, no score. Looking to set it up. Up top, Sean Hallett with it. Gets it over to Rickert, left wing. Cross-court pass to Boyle. Pump fakes. Dishes it left corner. Rogers extra pass. Rickert pump fake. Step back 3. Way short. It was airballed. Hallett tried to save it on the baseline. The Palmerton bench fired up.
Looks like Palmerton's coming out in a bit of a high zone, a little 3-2 zone, trying to negate the three-point shooting of Notre Dame.
Palmerton basketball, 7:35 first quarter, no score here on the Eastern Pennsylvania Sports Network. Also tied in with the Notre Dame Green Pond YouTube feed, so we appreciate all you viewers tuned in right now. Double duty for us, radio, TV at the same time. Pause in the action, though. Ken Termini talking to the officials. They finally get it figured out. Palmerton with the ball. Cody Kratzer, averaging 20 points a game, brings it up. They're going to need a huge performance. Drives, dishes to the corner. Mahalik with it. Lost it, and fortunate for them, it was deflected out of play by Boyle, so it will stay with the Bombers. Still no score, 7:20 mark, first quarter.
Be curious to see how Coach Boyle decides to defend Cody Kratzer. Looks like they're going to double face guard him off this inbounds pass.
Buck grabs the inbound. Sebelin with the basketball. Driving, looks for a pass. He's doubled, gets it away. Found Stuck working in the short corner right now. They get it over to the left wing. Sebelin bounce pass down the lane. Missed on the first one, but Stuck cleans it up and lays it in for 2. He had an easy one at the rim. He missed the first, but fortunate for him, gets the putback 2-0 lead Palmerton. Boyle with it ahead quickly for Notre Dame, and that's one way to stop transition, score, and then make them set up. But there's Sean Hallett answering for the Crusaders. 17th 3-ball on the season. Notre Dame leads at 3-2. Nice shot.
Yeah, Palmerton trading a 2 for 3 early. You don't want to make that a trend all night.
Sebelin thought about a 3 from the left wing, pump faked, working it around now. They get it down low, Mahalik. Here comes the triple team. He gets it away. They move it around. Sebelin pump fake at the foul line. Stuck slowing things down. Galley ramps up the defensive pressure, and they'll get him with a hand check. First team foul issued to Joe Galley, the senior.
Notre Dame playing really physical defense right out of the gate. They had an opportunity for a trap in the corner. They did a good job of doing that, so they're giving the Palmerton a lot of trouble right now.
Kratzer with the basketball, defended by Rickard. That'll be an exciting matchup all night. Kratzer dishes to the right wing to Stuck. Stuck dribbles up to the foul line, moving it to Sebelin. Sebelin probing, gets it to the right corner. Driving the baseline, Mahalik left it off the front of the rim. Another putback, another bucket for Palmerton. 2 possessions where they've scored and gotten offensive rebounds on both. They lead 4-3, 5:50 left first quarter.
Yeah, we talked about that early. Getting those offensive rebounds, second chance points, chance to take advantage of Notre Dame's height disadvantage.
Turnover down low. It's controlled by Kratzer. They try to get it to Rogers in the post. Kratzer brings it up. He has it knocked away, though, by Rickard. Coming down the other end, drives. Tough lay-in attempt off the mark. Boyle got the offensive rebound. He's hit on his way up. He'll head to the line for 2. Foul shots number 118 and 119 coming up for Brendan Boyle. He's converted at an 80% clip this season.
Yeah, good job by Boyle there to stay with the play, follow his teammate Rickard down all the way to the court, was able to clean up his miss.
Ties it up. Palmerton has had the lead twice so far in this first quarter. Notre Dame looking for their second lead. 5.5 left in the first quarter. Boyle's second foul shot rolls out. We stay tied at 4-4, 5:24 left. Kratzer will walk it up the court. Rickard will meet him at half court. Skips it to the left corner. Look out, as the camera nearly came falling down on us, but I was told back in my backyard football days I had hands like Odell Beckham.
That was pretty athletic.
Yeah, that
play
was
by
a pretty
you.
nice one-hander, but that could have been dangerous. But it'll be Notre Dame ball after the errant turnover. If I'm not awake now, I think we're awake. So Boyle fires a deep left wing 3. Got it. Brendan Boyle talking a little smack after he nails the 3 ball. Notre Dame up 7-4. Turnover. Other end. Rickard came up with the steal, laid it in. That's the fast pace we're talking about for Notre Dame. 5 points in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, that'll wake you up, Tyler. You see Boyle hits the contested 3. Not much more Palmerton can do there. When he knocks it down, nothing but net. And then the tenacious Rickard jumps an inbound pass, makes a really nice finish through contact, converts a 3-point play.
10-4 Crusader lead. It was 4-4 about 20 seconds ago. Palmerton will have to answer. The driving is Kratzer. He is hit. That's his bread and butter. Get to the rim anytime he wants. He had 30 the last time these two teams played. Like I said in the pregame, the rosters are constructed way differently this year. But Kratzer will head to the line for his first foul shot attempts. First one rims out. We said Palmerton must convert at the line. Kratzer 66% on the year. The team, though, under 60%.
Yeah, that's concerning when you're playing a team with this high potent offense. You got to convert.
Gets the second one. He cuts the lead in half. 10-5, 4:42 left first quarter. Boyle will walk it up. Double team meets him at half court, dishes it off to Galley. Back to Boyle. Looking for a man, gets it to Galley, drives a little bit, back out to Boyle. He'll shoot from anywhere, working against Kratzer. Best 2 players on the floor going at it. Galley with it, right corner. Tried to enter it down low in the block, but it's poked away by Palmerton, and they will bring up the basketball. Kratzer working against the double team, splits it, and he will be fouled on the floor. They'll call it on Rickard. Third team foul for Notre Dame. Getting set to check in will be Nakai Carew. Carew, 17 points, a career high last game against against Palisades, in the first round. Looking for an impact. Buck cuts to the rim. He had a good look, left it off the rim. Rebound Rogers. They get it ahead to Rickard. Puts the brakes on, and they'll reset. Boyle left wing, pump fake, drew the defender up in the air. What a pass down low. Carew with the left hand. Boyle the fancy no-look pass. Ken Termini wants a timeout. Notre Dame leading 12-5. We'll take a quick break on our own, and we'll be back after this.
Whatever stage of life and career you find yourself in, Valor Wealth Management will see the whole picture and help you make choices to benefit your tomorrow. Located in downtown Easton, Valor Wealth Management consists of a team of advisors with experience in estate and income planning, executive benefits, business succession planning, life insurance, and other wealth management tools necessary for their clients' success. Visit us at valoradvisor.com or give us a call at 610-295-5593. A big thanks goes out to President Mike McGuire and his staff for their continued support of the Eastern Pennsylvania Sports Network.
Didn't take long for Notre Dame to get started, Charlie. 5 points in about 5 seconds. They have a 7-point lead.
Yeah, that last play really emphasize what Brendan Boyle can do offensively as Rickard gets another steal and Boyle's pulling
Boyle,
up
a
from
deep three off the mark. Carew gets the offensive rebound tapped to him, lost it on the way up. Here comes Mahalik in transition. Tough take at the rim. First shot no good. Rebounded by Howlett. And here's Brendan Boyle, a track meet starting to break out. Rickard pump fake, pulls up the baseline J off the mark. Fight for the rebound. Notre Dame being more physical, but there's Sebelin to rip it away for Palmerton. He'll drive down the other end. Wild shot, not under control, but the putback, I believe it was Kratzer, had our view blocked.
The pace of this game right now is definitely favoring Notre Dame, but Palmerton, to their credit, is
pulling up from the parking lot, and he drains it right in front of the logo, Brendan Boyle. And if he's able to hit that, we might as well just decide this game at the end of the first quarter. He's pulling up from a good 30 feet and knocking them down with ease. Timeout called. Looks like it's the media timeout, I think. We'll keep it here, Charlie. If Brendan Boyle's able to do that, it will be a long night for Palmerton.
Yeah, he's up to 8 points already. We saw what his three-point ability can be like. He knocks down the early one, and then also on another play, we see him pump fake, get in the lane, draw the defenders, and hit his man, Carew, for an open layup. Early pace in this game, definitely featuring Notre Dame. You talked about the streak beforehand, 56 straight quarters in double digits. They've hit that with ease already, 15 here with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. This is really a dream start for Pat Boyle's squad. If this game continues to trend the way it's going, they'll be happy with this, and they'll be comfortable playing this kind of style.
No doubt about it. The winner of Bangor and Northwestern awaits the winner of this game. Both games going on right now. We'll try to get you a score update as soon as possible. But Notre Dame, the start they wanted. They lead by 8, 3 minutes left first quarter. Tyler Kish alongside Charlie Carbonetto here on the Eastern Pennsylvania Sports Network. Also on the Notre Dame Green Pond YouTube channel. Northwestern Bangor tied at 12, 2 minutes left first quarter. Northwestern went to overtime with Southern Lehigh last night. Dylan Witkowski buried the deep left wing three. What a game that was. Southern Lehigh, despite all their height, Northwestern had more heart when it mattered, and they got the win. And Notre Dame maybe hoping Northwestern in a way wins their game against Bangor because they want that revenge. They lost to Northwestern by 1 at Northwestern back on February 13th. And Bangor is a team Notre Dame has beaten this season, but Bangor has also beaten Northwestern by double digits twice this year.
Yeah, I'm sure Notre Dame does want to play Northwestern. I believe that's their only Colonial League loss, so they'll want to prove that really they are the best team in the Colonial League, and they have been all year.
Palmerton inbounds. Tyler stuck with the ball. He's stuck in the back court, looking for a guy to bring it up to, and he takes it up himself. Defended by Carew, left wing. Dishes it down low to Buck. Buck tried to make a move in the post, had it knocked away. Boyle ahead, and he nearly had it poked away. The loose ball caroms out to Howlett. He finds Carew. Cutting to the rim as Rogers trying to spin down low. Missed the first, got the putback, and Zach Rogers on the board. Notre Dame up by 10.
Notre Dame is doing a very good job playing help defense right now in the half court. Palmerton's moving the ball well.
Carew poked it away off the press, lays it in with the right hand. Nakai Carew having an instant impact off the bench. 4 points for Carew, and they will press again, looking to trap at half court. Somehow dribbling it up is Stuck. Gets it to Mahalik, back to Stuck, down the lane. He missed the easy one. Offensive rebound, Buck, the putback off the mark. They've missed a bunch at the rim so far. Notre Dame leads 19-7, under 2 to play first quarter. Boyle had it knocked out on the baseline. Possession will stay with the Crusaders. Fast-paced game favoring Notre Dame. 57 straight quarters in double digits. Palmerton, again, not going to the ball. They are letting Notre Dame run, Charlie, up and down the floor. They are stopping the ball when it's too late. It's too low down in the post. Boyle pulls up, tough shot over Tyler Stuck. He drills it, and Stuck is shaking his head. What else does he have to do? The 6'2" Stuck gets a hand in the 5'10" Boyle's grill, and he still knocks it down. Give Boyle, I believe, 10 so far, on pace for a 40-point night. Laid in at the other end by Hunter Connell. Connell, no points in the win against Salisbury, but he comes off the bench and lays one in. Offensive foul. Believe they get Carew for the moving screen. 1:20 left first quarter. Palmerton a chance to potentially cut it to single digits. Notre Dame leads 21-9. Bangor up 19-17 over Northwestern, 7 minutes, second quarter. Stolen away on the inbounds by Boyle. Pump fakes, puts on the brakes. He lays it in, give him 12. Brendan Boyle certainly come to play tonight. He's been flying all over the floor, pulling up from anywhere, getting to the rack. They need to make a big adjustment on the Blue Bomber bench.
He's also been a pest defensively. He's gotten his hands in a lot of passing lanes, knocked a lot of loose balls out of the hands of Palmerton.
The sophomore Chase Rep into the game for the first time, as well as Braden Bates. That was Mahalik, and Mahalik missed the easy one at the other end. Notre Dame is contesting around the rim, but Palmerton has gotten down low in the low block. They just can't convert at the rim. They've had some putback attempts that have fallen short, but if they're able to convert, this could be a closer game. Carew gets the inbounds up top to Jaden Becker. First time into the game tonight for Becker. He had 2 in the win against Palisades. Boyle just off the mark for 3, had to go in and out. Pushing the pace for Palmerton is Austin White. White 14 three-pointers on the year, looks to go downhill, dishes it out to Rep. Pump fake, what a pass down low, Mahalik lays it in off the nice feed from Chase Rep, 23-11. Notre Dame will hold for the last shot.
Freshman Mahalik making an impact, gets on the board early. They'll need a lot more of that from him tonight.
Boyle dribbles behind his back, dishes it off. 3 ball off the mark from Becker. Offensive rebound, Carew. He'll beat the buzzer with the left hand. 25-11. Notre Dame taking it to Palmerton early. We're going to take a break here on the Eastern Pennsylvania Sports Network. A lot to process after that first quarter, but a good start for the Crusaders.
Albemarle Electric in Bethlehem is a full-service, single-source electrical contracting company. We believe in relationships first with our employees, community, and you, our valued customers. Since 1937, Albemarle Electric continues to prove itself as a leader in innovative commercial, industrial, educational, and healthcare electrical construction solutions, one satisfied customer at a time. Whether you're a small business or a large corporation, Albemarle Electric has the expertise to complete your project on time and on budget. Visit albemarle.com or call 610-691-8606. Albemarle is a proud sponsor of Notre Dame Athletics.
Want to say goodbye to all your pest problems for about $1 a day? Give Envirotech Pest Control an immediate call. Envirotech, part of the Reichenbach family, offers year-round service for about half the price of a big national company. Envirotech treats all residential commercial pest issues, including mice, ants, termites, roaches, along with bed bugs and mosquitoes. Your family's comfort, safety, and health are our top priorities. Call Envirotech and Emails for a free estimate at 610-928-1557 or visit the website at EnvirotechPestLV.
Brendan Boyle with an early, they give him 12 to start this game. On pace for a 48-point night, if my math is correct. Bangor leads Northwestern 22-17, 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Our Eastern Pennsylvania Sports Network co-founder Dave Druckenmiller on top of things, doing double duty tonight. 3-ball corner, Sean Hallett had it rim out. Another fight on the offensive glass for the rebound. It was last touched by Carew. Possession back to Palmerton. 7:45 left, second quarter. Notre Dame pressing again. Palmerton breaks it quick. White with the ball, pulling up from the right wing, drains his 15th three of the year. Charlie, you said pregame, he's a guy who can get hot for this team, and they're going to need him to make more shots like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Keeping them in this game right now. I mean, they need to slow this down quickly or else this is going to get out of hand.
Howlett drives down the baseline. I believe he was bumped on his way up. It'll be 2 shots for Sean Howlett at the foul line. They will call the smack on, I believe, they put up a number 2. It is on Hunter Connell. Bumps Howlett on the way up. First foul shot from Howlett is money. He is shooting 75% at the line in over 40 attempts, one of the top foul shooters in the area. Looking to get the lead back to 13. Knocks it in, 27-14. Notre Dame leads. It was 25-11 end of the first quarter. Palmerton trying to come back. Bringing it up is Connell, dishes it off. Excuse me, it was stuck. He dished it off to Rep. Baseline with the floater. Did not find any part of the rim. Bodies hit the deck. A mask falls off. Sean Hallett doesn't care. He's racing down the other end. Missed the lay-in, and they will get a timeout so Cody Kratzer can put his mask back on. Had it smacked off his face. We had a good view, and he's a little upset that there was no call. Chase Marks, the Emmaus transfer, will have the tough task now of guarding Kratzer on the inbound. Kratzer blows by him, has numbers, looking ahead, and Euro step down the lane and lays it in with for two. 27-16. Palmerton on a 5-2 run to start the quarter. Turnover Notre Dame. It'll go back to Palmerton. This is where they need to capitalize. When Notre Dame gives you those extra possessions, you need to make shots.
Yeah, and they're being naturally sped up by this Notre Dame press right now, but they've done actually a pretty good job of getting open looks. We saw them miss a couple of open layups, so I think they continue to do the things they're doing offensively. They'll be able to get back into this game.
The high pace probably won't favor them down the stretch, but they're hanging tough. Looks like we'll get another foul called down low. It'll be a hold on Chase Marks. His first 16 fouls apiece. 6:27 left second quarter. Notre Dame leading Palmerton by 11 here on the Eastern Pennsylvania Sports Network, along with Notre Dame Green Pond's YouTube feed. Kratzer pulling up from the foul line, uses the glass, left it too strong. Rebound Marks. He will find Brendan Boyle. Boyle will push the pace. Blows by Kratzer. Palmerton wanted a walk on Hallett. They do not get it. Marks looking for a man. Back up top, Sean Hallett. Boyle pump fakes, thought about a pass, drives the lane, and it nearly fell for the and one. Just rimmed out. Somehow, if he was able to get that to go, man, what a player Brendan Boyle is. So quick. When you think he's pulling up for three, he pump fakes and then gets separation, gets downhill, earns himself another trip at the line.
Yeah, he's just so poised with the basketball. We've seen his decision-making on display early. There, he could have kicked it out of the corner, but realizes he's in the position to get fouled and get two easy shots at the free throw line. Does just that.
Knocks down the first one. Couple of substitutions. Boyle at the line, looking to go 2 for 2. Makes it, give him 16 on the night. Kratzer walking it up for Palmerton. They trail by 13 here in the first half. 5:49 left in the second quarter. If you're just joining us, Notre Dame was up by 14 at the end of the first. The lead changed a couple times first quarter as Mahalik was fouled. He'll head to the line. Lead changed a couple times early. Notre Dame had that big 5-point swing where Boyle hit a three. Rickard stole the inbound pass, and they've never looked back.
Yeah, absolutely. That's when this game really flipped. It became the track meet like we talked about Palmerton wanting to avoid, and Notre Dame is really playing very well offensively. They're not really turning it over much, and they're also doing a good job on the defensive side of the floor in that press that's speeding up Palmerton, getting out of their natural game.
Mahalik knocks down his first foul shot, 59% on the year. Looking to get a pair. Taking his sweet old time. And he makes them both. 11-point game, 5:40 left. Brendan Boyle with 16 points midway through the second quarter. His career high is 40. And that was in a win against Bangor last season. Dumps it down low to Rickard. Missed it off the glass. Offensive rebound, Becker. Deep left wing three from Galley off the side of the rim. Rebound controlled by Kyle Sebelin.
These cuts Notre Dame is making on offense are really doing a good job of opening up things for them. They're really committed to their sets, and they're doing a good job of executing them early.
Mahalik, the freshman, drives, dishes it up top, got it to Stuck, and Stuck was looking to throw it in the corner, but Owen Buck got in the way of his teammate's pass, and it goes out of bounds. Tough break for Palmerton. The turnovers like that, they cannot add up because Notre Dame will come down the other end in a hurry looking for 2 or 3.
Yeah, simple miscommunication there. You just got to put that behind you. You're down 11 here, so you're still in this game, so you can't let that bother you. You got to commit to the defensive side of the floor.
Right corner 3 on the way. Rogers too strong. Fight for the offensive rebound. They've done a real solid job crashing the glass. They rely on their speed to get back in transition. Palmerton not in any hurry to make it a track meet when they get a rebound. Kratzer walking it up, but Notre Dame proving tonight they're a solid defensive team when they want to be. And Cody Kratzer has had to fight for all of his offense. He drives, dishes. Right corner 3, drained by Tyler Stuck. The senior averaging 5.7 a night. That is his 9th 3 of the year, his 5th points of the game.
Really nice possession there from Palmerton.
Carew dish to the corner. Galley thought about it, pulls the trigger. Shot off target, rebound controlled by Palmerton. Kratzer walks it up, an 8-point game here in the second quarter. Blue Bombers trying to battle back. Kratzer draws out the defender. They'll reset. Kratzer guarded by Rickert. Right corner, Stuck wasn't ready for the pass, so fire to the 3, way off the mark. Rebound, Joe Galley over to Brendan Boyle. Boyle racing down the court, drives, dishes to the corner. 3 ball on the way, Rogers too strong. Put back off the mark, rebound Buck, and he gets it to Kratzer. Kratzer moving ahead, coming off the screen, pulls up off the glass. He's done it a couple times tonight. Has missed them both. Rebound Notre Dame. Jimmy Hahn, the official, former Parkland star, pointing the other way, so it will be a foul on Palmerton. And we're going to get, I believe, the media timeout. It's about that time. We'll keep it right here on the Eastern Pennsylvania Sports Network. Notre Dame, Charlie, led by 14 end of the first quarter. Palmerton has cut it to 8. They're hanging tough right now.
Yeah, I actually think they're doing a really good job on the offensive side of the floor, doing the best they can to keep up with this Notre Dame offense. They're patient. They're sharing the ball really well. They're finding open shooters. These next 3.5 minutes are going to be so important. You don't want to go down by 14 points into half. So if they're able to keep this around 8 points, that'll allow them to play more of their style in the second half without having to worry to speed it up to try to make up a lot more ground. So these next 3.5 minutes, they commit to the defensive side of the floor, which I'm sure they will. We'll have a good game on our hands for the second half.
If you're multitasking right now, we have a halftime update from the other semifinal. Bangor leads Northwestern 28-22 at the half. 29-21 at our game right now. Notre Dame ahead of Palmerton by 8. Double duty. We're on the radio, on TV, so whatever way you're listening to us, we appreciate it. 18 fouls for Palmerton, so on that last dead ball foul, they got Galley. So Joe Galley will head to the line. Did not score last game. Looking for his, I believe it will be his first points tonight if he knocks them home. Gets the front end of the 1-and-1. Lead back up to 9 for the Crusaders. Looking to get it to double digits now. Galley on the season, 86% at the line, but he leaves the second one short. Sorry for the jinx there, Joe. 3:18 left second quarter. Palmerton doing a nice job hanging around in this game. Mahalik in the corner, being trapped, looking for a man. Kratzer, not a lot of room to operate right corner. Draws it back out, Stuck at the top of the key, moves it to Buck. Buck drives, dishes it back to Stuck. Buck to Stuck, 3, got it. Big shot for Palmerton. Owen Buck to Tyler Stuck. And Pat Boyle not happy about something. It's actually going to be a long 2. They say the foot was on the line. Again, tough for us to tell. We're in the opposite corner. 7-point game. Brendan Boyle with the ball for Notre Dame. Over to Sean Hallett. Boyle draws out the defender, pulls up, right wing 3, in and out again. He's had a great look every time. Has gotten some tough breaks from his rim. Notre Dame controls another offensive rebound. Rickert, high post to Carew, the big guy battling, and he walked with it. He's unhappy. Palmerton's bench fired up. They have a chance to cut it to 4 or 5 on this trip up the floor.
Yeah, Notre Dame definitely feels like they got the short end of the whistle these last 2 trips down the floor. They didn't think Carew traveled with it. And now Palmerton only down 7 here. Big last 2 minutes trying to get back into this one.
25th-year head coach Pat Boyle not happy with the officiating crew. His team leads by 7. Palmerton not going away. Jump stop, pull up. Mahalik, the freshman, having a solid start to this game. He's up to 6. All of a sudden, the 14-point lead at the end of the first quarter has evaporated. Palmerton comes up with the loose ball, and the Blue Bomber bench coming to life. But Boyle on the other end pokes it away from, it was Kyle Sebelin, and a tough break for Palmerton. Boyle picks up the junior Sebelin, picked him up right at full court basically, and he poked it away. A tough break.
Yeah, that's just such a huge play from your best player, Brendan Boyle, if you're Notre Dame. You haven't scored in a little bit. Palmerton's starting to get back into this one. And what he does, he works hard on the defensive end of the floor, gets the steal, and now he's going to get a chance at the line for 2.
Pretty much automatic at the foul line this year. 80% entering tonight. Makes the first. Charlie's tallying up the total, running out of room on the score sheet. 17 now for Brendan Boyle. Unofficially, we'll mark it down and add it all up at half. But give him 18 for now. Gets the second one to fall in. Notre Dame up by 7, 1:45 second quarter. Kratzer with the basketball, picked up by Becker. Drives to the right side, dishes it off to Austin White, who had to go right off his hands. And out of bounds in front of the Notre Dame cheerleaders. It'll be Becker to inbound. Boyle looking to move ahead in a hurry. Defended by Kratzer, and White up top gets it to Carew, dishes to the corner. Hallett pulls up off the front of the rim. Rebound controlled by Tyler Stuck, gets it ahead to Kratzer. Out of control with his body, barreled over Brendan Boyle. Offensive foul, Cody Kratzer. Heading the other way, 1:16 left second quarter. Notre Dame leads it 32-25. Colonial League semifinal. Notre Dame, the 1 seed, on their home floor against the 4th seed Palmerton. Palmerton undefeated on the road this season. They're 5-0, and they've won 10 straight. Notre Dame has won 12 of their last 13. Boyle bringing it up. Wants the isolation against Kratzer. Crosses over, dishes it off Carew, and he had it blocked. Palmerton will move ahead with it. Kratzer looking for someone in the corner. He finds Braden Hosier, and he had it knocked away. Another turnover for Palmerton. Boyle brings it ahead. Tough take to the rim, and he laid it in. How about Brendan Boyle? Give him 20.
I'm just blown away by Brendan Boyle's offensive performance right now, scoring in a variety of ways, taking over this game.
Kratzer hounded at half court, and it will be a defensive foul on Notre Dame. Pat Boyle and company not happy on the bench. It looked like a little too much contact there. I tell you what, going back in the Lehigh Valley basketball days, Brendan Boyle reminds me of an Emmaus grad from a couple years ago who has a D1 stint right now. It's Stephen F. Austin and David Cackleries. They both drive to the lane very well. They shoot the 3-ball exceptionally well. They create a lot of opportunities for their teammates, and Brendan Boyle's got 20 in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely, and the scoring ability of both those guys is unmatched, and you wouldn't expect always to see a top scorer coming from Notre Dame, but Boyle's lived up to every bit of the hype.
Yeah, no doubt. Kratzer missed the front end of the 1-and-1, got his own rebound, missed the touch shot in the lane, and an offensive rebound. Buck puts it back. Palmerton gets the break.
Palmerton's doing everything right now. You can't expect much to be down.
That time Boyle clearly knocked over Kratzer. So they're exchanged offensive fouls between the pair. But earlier in the first quarter, Charlie, Palmerton had a chance. They had a bunch of putback opportunities at the rim. They were getting the better of them early on the offensive glass. And I tell you what, if they could convert, there's a potential this game could be a lot closer, and they could even be winning.
Yeah, absolutely. They just have to keep crashing the offensive glass, keep being patient on offense. You're not down by a lot of points, so you can run through your sets and get the shots you want to take.
Limit the turnovers, I think, is their big key moving forward. Rep pump fakes, pulls up on the baseline. Too short. Offensive rebound, nearly beating the buzzer is Hosier. He is unsuccessful. 7-point lead at the half here on the Eastern Pennsylvania Sports Network. Notre Dame leads Palmerton 34-27. We'll be back after this.
Located on Route 309 across northwestern Lehigh High School, Old Homestead Golf Club is an award-winning 18-hole golf course. The 4.5-star daily fee course, nestled in the foothills of the Blue Mountains, Old Homestead is one of the first courses in the Lehigh Valley to offer state-of-the-art GPS capabilities. Whether it's golf or team banquets, fundraising events, or weddings, Old Homestead specializes in working with their customers to provide everything you need for a great experience. For more information, visit oldhomesteadgolf.com. or call 610-298-4563.
Edge One Property Services in Notre has invested and made the proper connections to service all your property maintenance needs. Edge One is capable of servicing a variety of maintenance issues. They invest in their team to equip them with the proper knowledge and safety requirements to address any of your concerns. They treat each project as if it was our own. The Edge One team is committed to provide quality workmanship followed up with effective communication. For more information, call 484-247-4240 or visit edgeoneservices.com.
Albemarle Electric in Bethlehem is a full-service, single-source electrical contracting company. We believe in relationships first with our employees, community, and you, our valued customer. Since 1937, Albemarle Electric continues to prove itself as a leader in innovative commercial, industrial, educational, and healthcare electrical construction solutions, one satisfied customer at a time. Whether you're a small business or a large corporation, Albemarle Electric has the expertise to complete your project on time and on budget. Visit albemarle.com or call 610-691-8606. Albemarle is a proud sponsor of Notre Dame Athletics.
Notre Bank is a locally owned and staffed community bank that offers its customers a wide variety of flexible financial products and banking services. Whether you're in need of a personal or business banking, or both, whether you're looking for a convenient personal checking option or need to secure a commercial line of credit to make the most of your business future, visit Nutri Bank at one of its 3 Lehigh Valley locations in Nutri, Emmaus, or Orfield. Visit us at NutriPoliBank.net. A big thanks to our title sponsor, Dave Hunsicker, Chairman and CEO of Nutri Bank, and to John Hayes, Executive VP and Chief Lending Officer. Nutri Bank is a member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Back here at Notre Dame Green Pond, they lead Palmerton 34-27 at the half. Brendan Boyle leading all scorers with 18 points. I said he had 20 earlier. My apologies. He'll get that in about 2 seconds in the second half. But he's having a great impact so far, Charlie. Pulling up from anywhere and getting to the teammates. He's a big reason why they lead by 7.
Yeah, every time the momentum started to swing towards Palmerton way, Boyle came up with a huge play that took the momentum right back for the Crusaders. I tell you what, he's scoring the ball exceptionally well, but he's also matching every bit of Palmerton's physicality on the defensive side of the floor. We've seen him be successful in trapping and bringing double teams on to the Palmerton guards. He's gotten his hands in passing lanes. He's gotten a couple steals in the backcourt, which led to easy buckets. We saw him take a charge right in front of us down here. So he's impacting the game in a variety of ways. We talked about his facilitating is very present here tonight as well, as he's found open guys for a couple of assists.
Yeah, he's a real fun player to watch. And I tell you what, give this Palmerton team a lot of credit. Notre Dame was playing their style of basketball, had a double-digit lead by as many as 14 in that first quarter. Palmerton cut it to 7. They did a lot of good things on the defensive end. The only thing I think for them is just limit your turnovers. They turned the ball over a little too much, and they missed some putbacks at the rim. But if you're Ken Termini, you're kind of happy that your team is still in this game at half, and they're trying to pull off a massive road victory to get to the Colonial League Championship.
Yeah, for a little bit early on, especially at the end of that first quarter, Notre Dame obviously had that 14-point lead. I thought, oh, maybe this is about to get ugly. Everything was trending Notre Dame's way. But, yeah, like you said, credit to Ken Termini's squad. They were able to get the looks they wanted offensively in that second half. They kind of calmed down a little bit. They had some simple miscommunications that I'm sure they could be ironed out at halftime to limit those turnovers you talked about. but they're doing a good job of letting Notre Dame collapse on them defensively, and they're really doing a nice job of playing inside out and hitting open shooters. And we talked about they were going to need more than Kratzer to win this game tonight, and seniors like Tyler Stuck and freshman Matthew Michalik, who's gotten into double digits a lot lately, they have 7 and 6 points respectively, and that's just what the doctor ordered for Palmerton.
Yeah, when Kratzer's been cold a little bit, he finds his teammates, and those guys have stepped up. I'm really impressed by the freshman Michalik. Over 100 points on the season. He's been fun to watch, battles very hard. Eastern Pennsylvania Sports Network will carry both the girls and boys Colonial League finals from Moravian Academy Friday night. Girls game begins at 5:30. I believe it is Palmerton and Northwestern. Palmerton, the massive upset here in this gym a few hours ago. They won 34-32. And the boys final will be 7:45 between the winner of this game and the winner of Northwestern Bangor. And that one, the last time we checked, was 28-22 at half. And time will tell who we see on Friday night, but it should be fun from a Moravian Academy. 4:30 left before we get things started, third quarter. Charlie, your biggest takeaway from that first half? There's a lot, I know. Sorry to put you on the spot.
I think I have 2 words for you, Brendan Boyle. I mean, we talked about it earlier. He's been very good in that first half. But other than that, I think it's Palmerton's ability to stay in this game. We just talked about it, but it's really stuck out to me. However, I don't know if it's sustainable for the way that Notre Dame likes to play. If Palmerton's going to keep getting into this track meet with them, so I'm curious to see Palmerton kind of slow the pace down early here in the second half and kind of keep doing what they're doing offensively. If they do that, they'll be able to stay in this game.
Bangor leads Northwestern 35-24, 5:42 third quarter. Slater's looking to punch their ticket to their second straight Colonial League finals.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk about that boys game with Bangor and Northwestern. Northwestern, what a turnaround story they've been in Coach Jerry Lloyd's first year, the former Whitehall standout. They were under 500 last year. Now I believe that they are 12-4 in the Colonial League, getting a trip to the Colonial League semifinals. Bright things are ahead for that Northwestern program, and I think they found the right guy for the job in Jerry Lloyd.
No doubt about it. He's a great coach. His kids are well coached. They play as a unit. C.J. Miles, only 5 points for Bangor. Dave Druckenmiller on top of it for us, so we appreciate it. But Notre Dame beat this Bangor team by 8 in the first meeting, but they had to come back by double digits back on February 17th to do so on the road at Bangor. And then you look at Palmerton, they did not play Bangor this season. They also did not play Notre Dame in the regular season. But Bangor beat Northwestern. They're playing right now by double digits in both meetings. So I tell you what, the over is going to be set pretty high for Friday night. Both teams can get it up in the 80s, and it should be a battle. If Notre Dame is able to hold on here in this second half. 2:26 left. Tyler Kish alongside Charlie Carbonetto. Palmerton, a short talk on their bench, Charlie. They started warming up about 3 or 4 minutes ago. Notre Dame just came out of the locker room. What do you think Pat Boyle said to his team?
Yeah, I think he's going to talk about just kind of keep doing what they're doing offensively. Don't let the momentum of the game get in their heads and force turnovers. We saw there would be a couple stretches where they get sloppy, whether it would be a call that didn't go their way or a loose ball that Palmerton got to and not Notre Dame. And we saw that lead to some turnovers for Notre Dame. I think Coach Boyle probably just reminded them at halftime that this is their type of game. They've been in a ton of these back and forth offensive battles, and they're going to be and they should be confident in themselves in the second half. And defensively, I think they have to keep doing what they're doing, and they have to seal off those offensive rebounds from Palmerton. It's only a matter of time. You keep giving up offensive rebounds, it's only a matter of time before they will come back and hurt you. So I think that was Boyle's message to his team at halftime.
First time all season they have been held to single digits in a quarter. The streak stops at 57. They held Palisades defensively to 28 in the first half yesterday, so right on cue. It was a high-scoring game against Southern Lehigh where they gave up a bunch of points in the first half. That game was back and forth, up and down the floor. Their on-ball pressure has been solid. They are picking it up when they need to in the playoffs defensively, and they hold Palmerton, a team that averages about 51 to 27, so they're right on pace to average around their season total. Notre Dame averaging 77. They are on pace right now for 68 after what looked like they were on pace for 100 points to start this game with 25 at the end of the first quarter. We're just about set for second half action. Cannot wait for this finish again in the girls' game. It was back and forth. Palmerton had the early lead. Notre Dame tied it up at half. Then Notre Dame had a big lead third quarter. Palmerton cut the deficit. Notre Dame had a chance to win the game at the end, a couple of possessions with the last shot. Did not get the shots they wanted. Palmerton races down the other end. They hit a big shot. They win it by 2. And the Cinderella story continues. They're moving on to the girls' championship against Northwestern. We're underway, though. Start of the second half. Buckle up. It should be a good one. Tyler Kish alongside Charlie Carbonetto, Eastern PA Sports Network, and as well on the Notre Dame Green Pond YouTube page. Sebelin with the ball. They're moving left to right. Baseline jumper fired by Stuck. Hit off the back of the rim. Kratzer with the ball. A nice offensive rebound for Palmerton. They enter down low to Buck. The double team comes. Got it up top to Mahalik. Mahalik drives. The freshman got a step and a good look, but he left it off the rim. And a rebound. Hallett up to Boyle. Boyle gets it back to Rickert. Rickert, I believe, just 2 points in the first half. He was quiet. He averages 17.5 per game. Boyle, right wing 3 off the back iron. Hallett doing well on the offensive glass. Boyle back in the right corner, dishes to Galley, right wing. He knocks it down. Joe Galley, big three-pointer. He can get hot if they get him in a rhythm. Back up to 10 is the lead for Notre Dame.
Yeah, tough break there for Palmerton. They hold Boyle to a miss, and then they can't finish the defensive possession with a rebound. Leads to 3 points for Notre Dame.
Stuck gets it over to Mahalik. Mahalik trying to work against Hallett, moves it to the right wing. Stuck fires the 3, left it short. And I tell you what, as this game goes on, if Notre Dame's still leading, Palmerton not a great three-point shooting team. They average 3 a game. They cannot afford to be matching this team 3 for 3. Another shot from beyond the arc off target. Hallett cleans up the rebound. He is battling down there. The 6-foot Sean Hallett working hard down low in the painted area. And he's got a bunch of second chance points for his team so far tonight. Tough shot, Kratzer the other way. Drops it in with the right hand. 39-29, Notre Dame up, 5:55 left in the game in the third quarter. Cutting to the basket, Rogers back out, left corner 3, Galley. Off back iron, another offensive rebound. Hallett finds a cutting Galley. He's fouled on his way up. Waiting to see who the foul is called on.
Tyler, I actually believe we're going the other way.
Yeah, bit of a pause right now with the officiating crew. And do we have a technical foul assessed? Because Galley was the one cutting to the rim, and it will be Boyle shooting the foul shots. I'm pretty sure it was Galley, and Boyle knocks down the first shot. They're not announcing what happened on the PA system here, but Brendan Boyle will head to the line, and he made the first. Here's the second attempt. Got it, 41-29, and now Joe Galley. So do they call the foul on the floor there on when Galley was driving, and then there was a technical assessed, and now the officials are going to get together again. So I don't think anyone knows what's really going on right now.
I was feeling bad about being confused, but it doesn't look like the officials are sure of it either.
So it will be Notre Dame ball. So I guess what happened, Galley was fouled on the floor. They did not call him on the way up. A tech must have been assessed. Boyle made both foul shots, and now we're back underway. 5.5 left, third quarter. Hallett in the left corner, right in front of us. Back up top. Galley launches a 3 off the front of the rim. Ricker's putback is swatted by Kratzer. He controls the rebound for the Blue Bombers. 12-point game, Notre Dame leads. Kratzer pulling up, and he missed the attempt. Offensive rebound, Owen Buck. So Kratzer got downhill, missed the floater. Buck with the positioning, and he gets the putback. Racing down the other end is Notre Dame. Boyle off the mark on the layup. 41-31. Kratzer working against Rickert. The double comes. The triple team make it on Buck. Mahalik spinning down low, gets the friendly roll, and he lays it in. 41-33, 4:43 left third quarter. We won't be shooting foul shots anytime soon. Just one team foul in this quarter. Boyle had his pass stolen away. Mahalik racing down the other end. Dumps it off to Buck, and he lays it in for two. Here comes Palmerton. They trail by 6. 4.5 left third quarter.
Palmerton doing a much better job of dealing with Notre Dame's double teams.
Galley answers big left wing three. Stops the run right in its tracks. The lead back up to 9 for Notre Dame. Pat Boyle wants a timeout to talk things over. Palmerton not backing down without a fight. We're going to have an entertaining finish to this. 4:16 left third quarter. Notre Dame up 9.
4-5 is located at 1301 Chestnut Street in UMass, formerly A&H Sporting Goods in Allentown. It offers custom items for your business, sports team, fanwear, and beyond. Stop in or check out our website at 45.store. That's the number 4, FIVE.store. Or call 484-640-2204.
Tyler Kish alongside Charlie Carbonetto here at Notre Dame Green Pond High School on the Eastern Pennsylvania Sports Network, also on the Notre Dame Green Pond YouTube feed. They got the camera on us, my friend. They're up in the stands. So we appreciate everyone tuning in here tonight. Going to be a fun, exciting finish. Palmerton taking extra long out of this timeout.
This is a little bit of a dangerous time for Palmerton now. Down 9, they just made that run. But we see that Notre Dame offense coming right back. And number 24, Joe Galley, hitting that 3. So Palmerton has to keep the pressure up. If they're able to do that, we'll be in this game until the fourth quarter.
Punch, counter punch so far. Notre Dame getting the better of these exchanges. Kratzer racing ahead, dumps it off down low. The 6'1 Hunter Connell lays it in. Connell's had a nice impact off the bench. Seems like every time Palmerton cuts it to 6 or 7, Notre Dame is answered with a big 3. They have to ramp up the energy on the defensive end. Palmerton needs a stop. Notre Dame looking for another bucket. Boyle drives, tough take. He dumped it off midair to Carew, and there's Nakai Carew to lay it in with the left hand. Boy, he has to love that because the double team comes to Boyle. He's left all alone in the lane, and he's converting on the offensive end, and he has a handful of points tonight. Give Carew, make it 8. Kratzer out of control, spinning, knocking down Boyle. Boyle takes another charge. The media timeout will be assessed. We'll keep things right here. Just as I said, Palmerton cutting the gap. Another big shot for Notre Dame. They lead by 9.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 players that have been huge in the second half for Notre Dame for extending this lead from 7 to 9 is Howlett. Sean Howlett on the offensive glass works hard. He's been extending some possessions for Notre Dame. And then we see Nakai Carew picking up right where he left off last night. 17 last night. He's up to 8 again. And him and Boyle have found a really nice connection here as Boyle has been drawing a lot of double teams, and he knows he can rely on Carew to convert the easy layups when Boyle's able to deliver the ball right to him.
Now, a lot of teams tend to struggle with their second units, with their big men coming off the bench. It takes them a while to get going. Not Nakai Carew. He averages 8 a game, and he has as many as that tonight. But it seems like every time he's in, they're looking for him down low, and he lives up to the moment off the bench. Their 6th man, and he's gotten the job done nicely so far.
Yeah, he's a really big physical player. He crashes the boards really well, and he battles down there. So he's a nice asset for Coach Pat Boyle to bring off the bench, especially we talked about. They don't have a lot of size, but somebody like him who plays bigger than his height, that's very crucial for a team like Notre Dame.
3:23 left, 9-point lead for Notre Dame, 46-37. 2 team fouls for Palmerton, none for the Crusaders if you're joining us on the radio. Howlett with the ball up top. Gets it over to Boyle at the logo in front of the bench. Boyle dishes it back to Howlett. Down low to Carew. Double team comes. Boyle pump fakes up top. Dishes it off. Rickard in the corner. Drives baseline. Tough take. Off the mark. Rebound controlled by Tyler Stuck. Left wing three, Austin White had a good look. Off target, rebound Brendan Boyle. Boyle dishes it to Rickard in the corner. Thought about it, put on the brakes, drove, missed the layup. Rebound Hunter Connell, and they get it to Braden Hosier. Hosier, the backup point guard, dishes it left corner. Driving Mahalik, tough take, and he laid it in with some contact. Wanted the foul, but he took it right to Carew, the freshman doing some work tonight. Update for you, fourth quarter. Bangor leads Northwestern by 15, 6.5 to play. Boyle dials up a deep one, and he drains it. Just like that, their lead extending for Notre Dame with about 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Up to 10 now, 49-39. Palmerton, that's their story. They get it close, and then it's Brendan Boyle or someone else answering with the three at the other end.
Yeah, you just wonder if Coach Termini has any sort of answer for Notre Dame right now. They're still in that zone. I wonder if they try to go into a man. They've been trapping out of the zone. I wonder if they try to go into a man, pick up defensive pressure, try to force some turnovers.
Notre Dame tried to trap the inbounds play. Becker with some nice hands poked it out on the sideline. It will stay with Palmerton in front of their cheerleaders. Stuck finds a man, gives it to Connell. Give and go back to Stuck, and he walked with it. Took too many steps. Had an opportunity to get downhill and get to the rack. 3 steps not allowed, and it will go back to Notre Dame. Even though we see it pretty much every second in the NBA, you can't do it in high school yet.
Yeah, these guys haven't earned that right. They don't have the athleticism those guys do. So for now, they got to put the ball on the floor.
Double team comes on Galley. Working ahead. Boyle pulls up, right wing, dials it up and knocks it down. Brendan Boyle now heating up. Give him 26. He had 27 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists last night. He's on pace for yet another 30-point game, inching up on the school's all-time list. He's went over 1,200 points for his career early in the first quarter and getting close to Jeff Daly's mark. He needed 544 points coming into tonight to pass the late Jeff Daly, now needing 518, and he still has another season and the postseason to get it done.
Yeah, I'll say this as a certain right now. He's going to go ahead and pass the rest of the guys on that list to become Notre Dame's all-time leading scorer, and he always steps up in these big games when they need him to. I know against Allen, he had 30 points. Tonight, he's going to be over 30 points. Last night with the triple-double. So he's not just a scorer. He steps up in the big moments, and he steps up when his team really needs him to. We've seen him a couple times. Palmerton makes a run, and then Boyle answers with a mini run of his own to take back the momentum.
His career high is 40. It's not out of the question with a minute 25 left third quarter. He's starting to take over back-to-back threes for Boyle. 26 on the night. He had 18 at half. Dribble handoff, and we're going to get a foul on Hallett, a little too active with his hands. Just the first team foul for Notre Dame. Substitution is second team foul making. Kratzer heads back in for Palmerton.
I'm expecting Kratzer to try to take over this offense for Palmerton and get his team back in the game.
Pass knocked away by Notre Dame. They corral the loose ball. Boyle brings it up. Coming off a screen, gets downhill, puts on the brakes. And he is fouled by Tyler Stuck, who is not happy with Jimmy Hahn.
Boyle, really nice job there being strong with the ball. He draws the double team, and we've seen him pass out of it there. He's able to draw the foul.
On the baseline to inbound is Becker. Gets it up top to Carew. Hallett wanted it in the left corner. No one's on him, but they go and give it back to Boyle. Boyle, step back, knocking it down. Brendan Boyle, have yourself a night. Give him 29, 3 straight threes. The lead up to 16. We said Palmerton could not match this team 3 for 3. Notre Dame with 115 coming in on the season. Palmerton just averaging 3 a game. And this one's starting to get out of hand a little bit, end of the third quarter, thanks to 9 consecutive points by Brendan Boyle.
Yeah, 9 points from Brendan Boyle, 8 points for eight three-pointers made tonight for Notre Dame, and that's been a huge difference in contributing to this 16-point lead.
They put up 80 last night. They average 8 threes a game. A nice answer on the other end by Hosier. Notre Dame has matched their three-pointers per game, and they still have another quarter left. 14-point game. Boyle walks it up. The junior guarded by the freshman Mahalik, who's held his own tonight.
If he hits a three here, I'll leave.
All right, I'll hold you to it. He thought about it, and he pump fakes, pulls up another one. He better get out of the gym, Charlie. He knocked it down. Give him 32. Stuck fires a three to beat the buzzer, but it's off the back iron. So you let me know how your drive home was. I'm just kidding. 17-point lead for Notre Dame. Start of the fourth quarter. And we'll be back here on the Eastern Pennsylvania Sports Network after this.
4-5 is located at 1301 Chestnut Street.
Crew doing the stats for us tonight, but you're right. Brendan Boyle, 4 straight threes, 12 points in the blink of an eye. And just like that, the lead up to 17. He is knocking down shots from everywhere. A quick update, 4 minutes left, Bangor up by 11. And looks like Notre Dame will meet Bangor in a highly anticipated rematch, which Notre Dame had to come back from double digits on the road to beat Bangor by 8. And they will meet at Moravian Academy.
If Notre Dame gets a shooting performance like this from Notre Dame, from Brendan Boyle, it'll be tough to beat them.
Boyle jacks one up from deep. He's human. He's cooled off. He airballs. But Pat Boyle's given his son the green light, and he is not disappointed. 32 for Boyle. His career-high 40 in a game against Bangor last season. He went to the line 14 times in that game. Tonight he's using the 3-ball to get it done. Palmerton has to answer in a hurry. Stuck, a nice pass down the lane, dished it to Owen Buck. The Stuck-Buck connection strikes for the second time.
Buck up to 8 points for himself now.
Boyle crosses it over to Becker. Another skip pass to Boyle. A pump fake, he had a chance to pull the trigger again. Trying to get his teammates involved. Boyle wanted to walk, did Palmerton. Boyle using the back iron, gets the soft bounce off the softest rims in the valley. The second softest rim, probably the ones at Emmaus. Steve Yoder and company know all about that. Kratzer was fouled on the floor before driving to the rim. Fourth team foul for Notre Dame. And a nice answer for Palmerton on the other end. They cut it to 15.
Tell you, Palmerton's doing their best offensively to stay in this game. It's tough when you have a 3-point attack from Notre Dame, but Palmerton should be proud of themselves offensively. They're just going to need to come up with some stops here.
Boyle left wing, and he finds a cutting Rickard down low. A bounce pass by Boyle, and Rickard lays it in. He's been somewhat quiet tonight, just his 4th point.
That was just a ridiculous pass from Brendan Boyle. Spin that ball on the floor like that and have that vision.
Buck dishes it off. 3-ball. Hosier answers. Just 4 3-pointers on the season for him. They cut it to 14. Boyle moving ahead, finding Becker. Reverses it over to Rickard. Rickard drives. What a pass. Rickard Carew, the left hand, and the foul. Rickard feeds Carew. He dropped it in with the left hand. And Carew will head to the line for one more. He's had a nice game off the bench.
Yeah, he's up to 10 points now. And he's really great at finding the open space. He cheats off of his guys who are driving and is able to find open spots beneath the rim where he does his best work. And he completes these passes that he's been gifted by his guards.
Knocks down the three-point play, 17-point lead. Kratzer working ahead with it for Palmerton. Pulls it out, finds Stuck in the right corner, pump fake, got a step on Carew. Missed the lay-in, offensive rebound Hosier, finding Stuck, a chance for redemption, and he laid it in with the right hand, 65-50, 5:40 left. Brendan Boyle brings it up for Notre Dame. In no hurry to get anything going, gets across the timeline, 5:32 left. Becker draws it out. Down low, Carew drives, double team, somehow got it to Rickard, and there's Galley for the easy one. 67-50.
Notre Dame's offense on full display now. Everybody's sharing the ball really well. They're creating open looks for each other. They're diving for loose balls. It's just pretty to watch.
Kratzer, deep three, right wing. He's fouled. A hand in the face by Rickard will send Cody Kratzer to the line. Kratzer will have 3, just 7 points on the night for Cody Kratzer. On the season, he's a 1,000-point scorer, over 1,200 points in the career, and he's trying to keep a streak of his own alive, 37 straight with 10+. Misses the first foul shot.
Man, he's got to be kicking himself there.
Yeah, they've had a lot of answers for Cody Kratzer tonight. They've doubled him well, the on-ball pressure. They forced him to dump it off. And Palmerton has not gotten him involved as much as they would have liked to. Makes the second one, a chance to get his individual total to 9. And he converts 2 of 3 at the foul line, 67-52. Brendan Boyle brings it up, guarded by the freshman Mahalik. Boyle step back, crosses him up, and drained it. Got a step, had Mahalik on skates a little bit. Step back, knock down a big 3. Give Brendan Boyle 35.
37, actually.
Actually, 37, I can't count. I wasn't very good in math in school. Don't ask my math teachers to see my grades. Give him 37, nearing a career high. We'll keep it right here. 18-point lead for Notre Dame, and it's been the Brendan Boyle show in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. He's now up to 19 in the second half. He had 18 going into halftime, and if he would have wrapped it up after that, you would have said he had a pretty good day. But he adds on the 19 points in the second half. He's going to owe me a new box score, though, because I've run out of space in the scoring column for him. I'm struggling to go off the end. Hopefully he doesn't put up too many more, but also kind of like to see him get to 50.
Closing in on 4th all-time on the scoring list. He needed 58 to tie or to pass Brian Brennan for 4th, and right now with 37, and the night's not over. His career high is 40. Try to check on what the Notre Dame school record is for points in a game. Offensive rebound Mahalik, and he walked with it. Possession back to Notre Dame.
Palmerton's going to have to try to press, but I think Notre Dame's ball handlers are confident enough to not turn the ball over.
Boyle fires a dangerous pass to Howlett in the corner. He's trapped back up top to Boyle. 4.5 left. Boyle nearly had it poked away, and he pulls up for 3. Brendan Boyle cannot miss. He cannot miss. He is up to 40 points, matches his career high, and he is putting in work tonight. Kratzer dials up a left wing 3 off the back iron. Rebounded by Rep. Up top to Stuck for 3, and he gets it to rattle home for the 3. Brendan Boyle, a chance to pass his career high. Brings it up, splits the double, goes behind the back. Had it poked away by Rep. Offensive rebound, or the steal by Howlett, and it was poked away. And we're going to get a timeout. We're going to take a quick one of our own. We'll be back after this.
Located on Route 309 across northwestern Lehigh High School, Old Homestead Golf Club is an award-winning 18-hole golf course. The 4.5-star daily feed course, nestled in the foothills of the Blue Mountains, Old Homestead is one of the first courses in the Lehigh Valley to offer state-of-the-art GPS capabilities. Whether it's golf or team banquets, fundraising events, or weddings, Old Homestead specializes in working with their customers to provide everything you need for a great experience. For more information, visit oldhomesteadgolf.com or call 610-298-4563.
Brendan Boyle has dropped 40 tonight if you're just joining us, and he has been a one-man wrecking crew in this second half. And I tell you what, there's been a lot of hype around this kid, and he's lived up to it. And he's the Colonial League MVP for a reason. He wasn't a unanimous MVP selection, I don't think. Maybe some of those voters are changing their minds after seeing what he's done tonight in this semifinal.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you consider the fact that he's only a junior, so the Colonial League opposing teams will have to worry about him for another year. And he's the type of kid that when you get into the district playoffs and those single elimination survive and advance type scenarios, he's exactly who you want to have on your team. So you never know when he's going to be able to put up a ton of points like he has tonight and single-handedly will his team the wins.
Bangor defeats Northwestern 59-40, so Notre Dame will await them, barring a miracle. Boyle give him 43, a new career high. I said he might drop 58 in the pregame. I kind of said it as a joke, but he's up to 43, and he gets the steal. Racing down the other end, missed the finger roll. And the rebound, Palmerton, 3:32, and he is fouled. And actually, it's going the other way. Turnover, Palmerton. It'll be Notre Dame basketball.
Yeah, what a job by Notre Dame here tonight. Palmerton came ready to play. They gave him a lot of trouble. They responded offensively, and Notre Dame just stuck with their game plan, and they're able to pull away now late in the fourth quarter.
Brendan Boyle with the hot hand. He hasn't missed pretty much all night, and he is fouled. 14 foul. It'll stay on the floor.
I'm sure he's asking his father right now, please leave him in. Give him the chance to get to 50.
Inbounding for Notre Dame, Zach Rogers finds a cutting Boyle. Two defenders on him, make it three. He won't shoot with that many in his face. And they double him and foul him again in the right corner. 5th team foul, 5 apiece. Make it the 6th team fouls to just change it on the scoreboard. 76-55, 3:09 left. Rogers will inbound again. Boatload of substitutions coming up for Palmerton. They realize this one's out of hand. They will change their entire lineup on the floor. They bring in Alex Whitney, Dylan Frank, Austin White, number 12, Kendall Robinson in, and number 23, I said Dylan Frank, so the other one is the starting guard, Kyle Sebelin, who had a stint on the bench. He is back in as well. Brendan Boyle will check out, gets a big hug from his father, a new career high, 43 points. The best shooter in the gym, bar none. DeSora in for Notre Dame. They make some subs of their own. Charlie Carson in as well. Lucas Altmaier in the game. Zach Rogers with the ball, and Robbie Spurk is in as well. Left corner 3 off target, Altmaier. Fight for the loose ball on the floor. It's rebounded by Rogers. He had it ripped away. Fight for the loose ball on the floor. White forces the tie-up with Charlie Carson.
Really a perfect game for Notre Dame heading into the Colonial League Championship. They got tested a little bit. Palmerton's a very physical team. So after they get tested, now they have a nice little little day off, and they'll be ready to go Friday night. It's not like they had a walkover tonight. This game was a lot closer than the score would suggest.
Leo McMenamin in as well for Notre Dame. Some contact down low. Last touch by Palmerton, and we'll head to Notre Dame. The last time these two teams played, Brendan Boyle only had 17 points last season. Kratzer had 30. And tonight, Boyle with a new career high 43 against Palmerton. You don't think he wanted to prove he's the best player in the league tonight? And he certainly was a man possessed. Foul at the other end, and it will be Altmaier shooting 2 at the foul line.
Yeah, and I think really Coach Pat Boyle had a really good game plan for Palmerton. He was going to let those other guys beat them. Like Buck had 12 points. McCulloch got into double digits. but they really singled in on Kratzer and limited the explosiveness of this Palmerton offense.
1,241 career points for Boyle as Altmaier knocks down the second one. 2:10 left, fourth quarter. Sebelin dishes it off to Whitney. Whitney kicks it out to Frank. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Notre Dame basketball. 1:59 left. They lead 78-55. White inbounds. Sebelin dishes it back to White. He fires the right corner three, knocks it down. Palmerton trails by 20. This one has been out of hand since Brendan Boyle decided to go off midway through that third quarter. Barreling over the defender is Altmaier. Robinson gets the charge. More substitutions in for Palmerton. Braden Bates in the game as well.
Yeah, both of these coaches emptying their benches now, getting everybody the opportunity to get in here, playing a Colonial League playoff game.
They have gone so deep on the bench, I believe they put some kids not even listed on our rosters in the game, so we apologize for that. But again, Palmerton only played, I believe, 12 or 13 guys this season, and they've pretty much brought their whole roster with them tonight, varsity JV. So good to see some of these younger kids getting an experience playing in a Colonial League playoff game.
And I believe Palmerton will have a chance in the district playoffs, so they'll try to learn some things tonight. Really, they'll probably get into 60 points here, so their offense wasn't an issue. They just ran into a better team here tonight, but a lot to build on going in district playoffs. Like we said, they've won 10 straight, so a lot of positive things happening for this program.
Yeah, we said earlier on paper, Palmerton only averaged 51, Notre Dame just under 77. So it was going to be tough for them to put up points, and this one is just about over. 90 seconds left, and a foul by Robinson will send some Notre Dame players to the line again. They have also gone deep using kids not on their varsity or JV roster, so some young guys getting some experience as well. 1:25 left. Carson with it up top. Altmaier on the floor as well. McMenamin left wing over to Altmaier. Altmaier cuts back door, lays it in for two. Lucas Altmaier off the bench.
There's that magic number for Notre Dame. We said they get in the 80 often. It didn't look like they were going to in that first half, but they've answered the bell here.
And I'm sure Pat Boyle will love the fact that his starters kept the team under 60 for a change. And they were playing well on the defensive end. I believe they limit Kratzer to just 9 on the night. They snap his streak of 37 straight games with 10 plus.
Yeah, they really did. They played really good help defense all night. They trapped when it was possible to, and really just an all-around pretty good effort. They also rebounded the basketball really well.
48 seconds left, time winding down. Notre Dame picks away the loose ball. Controlled at half court by McMenamin. Bringing it up is Charlie Carson. He will slow it down. Probably not going to force up a shot, just run through a set here, dribble out the clock. They're up by a large margin. And just as I say that, Altmaier fires the rebound. Palmerton.
Got to get yours.
I guess. Blocked at the other end, but the foul is called. Notre Dame punches their ticket to the final. They'll take on Bangor. Time winding down, just 18 seconds left. First foul shot on the way. It is solid, 60 points for Palmerton. So we mentioned, could they get over 51? They do get to 60. Coming up on the Notre Bank postgame show, try to get a coach, Pat Boyle, and maybe his son, Brendan Boyle, with us. Stay tuned. Time winding down. It'll be a 19-point win for Notre Dame. Carson with it right wing, who'll hold the ball. Palmerton's still playing a little aggressive, and they force a meaningless foul with about 7.4 left. So it'll be Charles Carson to head to the line. 8 points on the season. Did not play in the last game. A career-high 6 for him back in their win against Moravian Academy. Carson misses the foul shot. Rebound Palmerton. That'll do it. 80-61. Notre Dame wins it. And a dominant win, Charlie, from start to finish. Palmerton hung early on that first quarter. Then the wheels started to come off. They trailed by 14 at the end of the quarter. They got it back to 7 at halftime, and then Brendan Boyle started to heat up, and it was pretty much over from there. At one point, 4 straight threes down the court, finished with 43 tonight.
Yeah, this was a game about sticking within your game, and that's what Notre Dame did. Even though it was fast-paced all the way throughout, they didn't build up that lead like we were expecting them to see, but they stayed with it. They stayed patient on the offensive end, and then they were just waiting for somebody to take over, and Brendan Boyle delivered that role.
Yeah, he was brilliant tonight. New career high for Boyle. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with the post-game show.
Edge One Property Services in Notre has invested and made the proper connections to service all your property maintenance needs. Edge One is capable of servicing a variety of maintenance issues. They invest in their team to equip them with the proper knowledge and safety requirements to address any of your concerns. They treat each project as if it was our own. The Edge One team is committed to provide quality workmanship followed up with effective communication. For more information, call 484-247-4240 or visit edgeoneservices.com.
Located on Route 309 across the northwestern Lehigh High School, Old Homestead Golf Club is an award-winning 18-hole golf course. The 4.5-star daily fee course, nestled in the foothills of the Blue Mountains, Old Homestead is one of the first courses in the Lehigh Valley to offer state-of-the-art GPS capabilities. Whether it's golf or team banquets, fundraising events, or weddings, Old Homestead specializes in working with their customers to provide everything you need for a great experience. For more information, visit oldhomesteadgolf.com or call 610-298-4563.
4-5 is located at 1301 Chestnut Street in UMass, formerly A&H Sporting Goods in Allentown. It offers custom items for your business, sports team, bandwear, and beyond. Stop in or check out our website at 45.store. That's the number 4, FIVE.store. Or call 484-640-2204.
Back here on the post-game show, Charlie is totaling up all the numbers, but the big story, Brendan Boyle, 43 points tonight. Arguably the best player in the area for my money, and he proved it tonight. He was incredible. Cannot stress it enough. This team will go as far as he wants to take them, and they're looking to make a state run this year. They had a tough loss to Loyal Sock in the state tournament. His only game in the last couple of seasons where he was held under 10 points. You don't think a Colonial League title, a district title, and maybe a state title is on his mind, then I think you're crazy. The kid plays like a man possessed, and he was just, man, he was incredible to watch.
Yeah, it's amazing. For somebody to take as many shots as he does, but you never feel like he's forcing it. He really does a good job of letting the game come to him, and then when it's not there, he makes good decisions, puts the ball on the deck, tries to get to the free throw line. We saw him hit a mid-range jumper. We saw him dish it out to his opponents all night long. And, yeah, that's where his 43 points are going to come from. I wish that we had his field goal numbers, because I'm sure he shot a very high percentage from the field.
No doubt, and at least 7 or 8 threes. 11 points for Nakai Carew off the bench, the only other Crusader in double figures. 7 apiece for Howlett and 7 for Galley. 4 points for Rickert and 2 points for, I believe that is Zach Rogers. And Cody Kratzer, again, was held in check tonight. He's an incredible player. He'll bounce back. And the Palmerton offense got going. They were able to cut into the lead several times, get it a 5-7 point game. but a kid named Brendan Boyle answered with a 3 on the other end. He just started knocking him down in a row like he was in a gym by himself. It didn't matter who was guarding him tonight.
Yeah, credit to Palmerton